So good morning, everyone, and welcome to Shakti Flow. As we always do, let's take a moment just to center. It may have been a busy morning. Come into the space, come into your body, and breathe. Feel the density of your physical body as you're sitting on whatever it is you're on. And then notice the breath and the lightness in the upper body. Now, wherever your hands are, most likely they're palms down. So, can you turn your palms up? Let the backs of your hands rest on your legs. And I want you to just very slowly, don't do this real hard, start to stretch your fingers open and start to think about your thumbnail moving more towards the floor. So, again, it's not a big muscular action. There's intention here with the hands for sure, and maybe a little bit more effort with the thumbnail. What I want you to notice is while you're trying to move in that direction, can you feel and sense the sensation coming up from your hand, up through your forearm, through your upper arm, shoulder, and across the collarbones, maybe even up into the face. So just this simple action works with the fascial lines. And you might notice that there's something happening up there. Maybe you feel more spacious, or a little bit of stretch is kind of a strong word for this. Today, as we're working into the month of February, what we call Heart Month, we're going to work with the energies around the heart, specifically the chest, back, shoulders, neck. But for right now, can you breathe into the heart center, expanding forward the front body? And as you consider that expansion in the front body, can you notice again some spaciousness or some sensation around the collarbones, the heart, middle of the heart, right where the sternum is? You might notice it around your throat or your neck or your face. And take one more breath here. And then let's relax the hands, because that might have been a lot, and bring them right in front of your chest, palms together. Before we open the eyes, I want you to go ahead and inhale, bring your palms apart, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then as you exhale, bring your hands back to your chest. Prana Mudra. I want you to imagine as you're inhaling and your hands separate, that energy moves from the center of your heart, center of your chest, outward. Inhaling as you do that, squeeze shoulder blades, and then exhale, hands come back together. Twice more. And then as we hold the hands open this last time, you can keep breathing here. Palms are facing forward, shoulder blades are squeezing. Try not to put it up in your neck. Notice if you can feel it right between your shoulder blades. And then maybe intentionally think about your elbows moving down a little, but don't actually move your arms. And you'll pull in now this upper back. Don't do it too hard or you'll just get tired. Can you feel and sense the upper back across the upper shoulders, down the middle of the back, maybe down around your bra line. One more breath. And then exhale, release, hands come together. Take a moment for intention and allow your experience to be exactly what you need. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, hands release, eyes flutter open. There she is. There's my girl. I hope you got some of that intention in there. Yeah? Okay. So today, if you haven't already figured out, we're going to do a little bit of upper body, chest, sort of back work, but also playing with intention. We'll do other stuff too, but that's kind of the focus today. I'm working with this whole month, working with something called heart coherence. Coherence of the heart, mind, and emotion. Coherence meaning harmony. And so when we think about Heart Month, most of us will think about health, like the health of our heart, right? The health of our physical heart. I'm thinking a lot more around the energetics of the heart, the electromagnetic field of the heart, and how that plays a big role in the health of our whole body. So we're playing with that this month. So come on and have a how are we starting this morning? We're starting on our forearms and knees. Forearms and knees. Oh, I don't need this. So it's been a while, but we used to start class with flossing. And when we're dealing with shoulders, especially, shoulders and hips are kind of the primary. This flossing work really helps us to get warmed up. And so I want you to come down onto your forearms, elbows, palms lined up to shoulders, and your hips are up in the air, right over your knees. And I want you to think about pressing into your hands like you're trying to push them into the mat, and then try to glide them backwards, but actually don't move them. And then move your hips backward. Keep pressing and pulling as you move your hips backwards. And when you get to a certain point where you're thinking, I can't go anymore, release it and come forward, and see if you can come forward more than you did the first time. Push, pull, and glide. I want you to activate the muscles in the fascia behind the arms, around the shoulder girdle, and around the upper back and chest. And you can adjust your distance between your elbows and your knees. If you feel like you want more space, just move yourself a little bit more open. Press back and pull back as you move towards the back. And then release it as you come forward. And you just continue to floss this tissue. You might even be able to notice how it's wrapped around your shoulder. Because every time you go back, you might notice something else that feels a little bit more sticky. Let's do one more. Push and pull, and then glide backwards, finding that sort of sweet release. And then bring your shoulders right over your elbows. Hands are where they were. Toes and hips are stationary. I want you to push into your hands and straighten your arms so that your shoulders are down your back, belly slightly lifted, and then drop your elbows down again. Push and lift, down and drop. Push and lift. So we're working through the back of the body right now. Cross the bra line and up into the arm. And I've got you doing this fairly easily because most of your body weight is back behind you. But you should be able to feel a little bit of wake up here in the back of the arm. And down and up. And down and up. Let's do 3 more. And 2. And 1. Good. And then bring your elbows to the floor and just slide your legs back so that you're down on the mat with your belly. So coming into Sphinx pose. Feet are a little bit wider. Let your toes be turned under. Take a breath. Inhale and get longer from your front body. Exhale, twist and look at your left foot, turning your chin towards your shoulder. Inhale, come forward again and twist to the right, chin towards your right shoulder. Press through your legs so that your legs are really active. And try to turn your head so that you get that activity all the way through your shoulders, upper back. If your lower back is a little bit tight this morning, you can release your legs. But honestly, you might work it out. Inhale, come center, and exhale, twist. We'll do one more. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Good. And now just slide your hands next to your body and lower your chest down a little. As you press through your feet, I want you to float your hands off the floor. So legs pressed, toes are still down. Release, let your knees relax and come down. Exhale, press and lift as you're floating, lower down. Press and lift and float. So it doesn't have to be high, it just needs to be turning everything on. And we'll do one more. Exhale, press and lift. Good. And then slide your hands right by your ribs, shoulders under your back body, elbows squeeze, lift your belly, come all the way up. Tabletop pose. All right. So from here, what I'd like you to do is take we'll start with your left hand at your heart center. So you're in tabletop, hand on your heart. I want you to lift your elbow up, but don't change your hand position. So you won't go very far. You can see I'm not going very far. And then bring your elbow all the way down to the floor. Next one, slide your hand to your shoulder and go up a little higher. And take your elbow to the floor. This last time, you can take your elbow up, and if your shoulder feels okay, your arm can go up. Press into the bottom hand, reach and turn. Now slide this hand underneath the other one and land on your left shoulder and left ear. I want you to use your right hand right in front of your face. Push and rotate your right shoulder to the ceiling. Slide your right foot back. You want to be cognizant here of, do I feel steady? If you feel steady, lift your leg. Turn your shoulder open more so that you're really resting kind of on your left shoulder. And you can turn your right ankle up to the ceiling. Take one more breath. Lower the knee down to the other knee and push yourself up with that right hand. Come back to table. Right hand on your chest. Inhale, twist to the right. See where you go. And then bring that elbow down to the floor. Twist again to the right. Slide your hand to your shoulder. And come down to the floor with that elbow. Last one. Shoulder, elbow up. If the arm feels okay, you can take the arm up. Press with this bottom arm to turn more. And then release and go underneath. Shoulder lands, side of the head lands. Use your left hand right in front of your face. And try to imagine your shoulders being stacked one on top of another. From here, slide your left foot back, keep it on the floor, and you can just stay right here if you like. If you feel stable, you can lift your leg. You can turn your ankle up to the ceiling, it'll take it up higher. Reach with this right arm, push with the left arm. Have a party in your body with this funny pose. Release and come down, knee next to the other knee. Push with your left hand and come back to tabletop. Super fun, downward facing dog to let go of all of that. Feel free to pedal. Feel free to move around. Finding your way into that first dog pose. Breathing into that heart center. Normally I would tell you to breathe into the belly, but today I want you to breathe into the heart center. All right, bringing your knees back to the floor, coming back to table. Give yourself a little wider stance. First finger points straight ahead with your hands. A little bit more movement ability. Toes turned under. You're going to hover the knees. And then I just want you to twist to the left with your knees. Come back to center and knees on the mat. Hover your knees. Twist the knees to the right. Come back to center and land. Good. Do it one more time. Lift, twist, center, land, lift, twist, center, and land. Perfect. Pick your right hand up, put your right foot where your right hand was, and come all the way up. Take a moment here, take your arms up over your head. Interlace your fingers and flip your palms over so that your palms are going to the ceiling, and you lift yourself up from this bottom knee, pubic bone to the floor, heart to the sky. From here, release your arms and bring your elbows into your back pockets. Breathe. As you move through that motion, you're going to feel this opening in the front chest. This is right where we were in the beginning. Good. And then take your right hand to the inside of your right knee. Take your left arm back behind you and twist. And so we're just taking a moment here to really get into the front of the body. Now from here, can you slide your right fingers down towards the floor, and your left arm's going to come up towards the ceiling. So we've got this funny kind of modified side angle pose. Push against your inner leg and chest turns open. Good. Release hands. Good. Now, before we change sides, let's see how good we are about getting up without the hands. So slide your foot back a little bit so it's underneath you. See if you can stand up. Step forward. Other foot goes back. And then see, can you bring your knee to the floor? Bring your arms up over your head. Interlace your fingers. Press your hands up. Pubic bone goes to the floor. Collarbones are broad. I want you to think about the whole front of your chest being wide and lifting, and the pubic bone going down. And then if you happen to have a lot of lordosis, a lower back curve like I do, you can always draw a little belly, but don't overdo that. Release your arms. Left hand comes to the inside of the left leg, and then you're going to twist open so that we're opening this fascial line from the inner knee all the way around. Take a breath. Good. Now slide down so that your hand is going to the inside of your foot towards the floor. Maybe your fingers touch the floor. Top arm goes to the ceiling. Keep trying to turn your belly to the right. As you exhale, release your arm. Come back to the front. Put this foot underneath you if it's too far forward, and then go ahead and stand. Somebody asked me the other day, how do you get up off the floor without your hands? That would be one way. Okay, so standing in Tadasana. I want you to put your hands in front of you like we did when we were sitting. And we're just going to inhale, bring the hands apart, squeeze the shoulder blades. Can you get this sense of when you bring your hands open, your collarbones broaden? Can you get that sense? Pubic bone down, press through your legs. And we're going to think about bringing the elbows in the back pockets and maybe bring the heart up. So baby back bend. Baby back bend. Keep your whole body the same and just reach your hands down, palms facing forward. turn your thumbs backward. See if you can push into your feet and maybe lift your heart up a little bit more. Take one more breath here. And then as you inhale, bring your arms up over your head, come back to neutral, and then release and come to center. Nice job. All right, so we're going to do a little anatomy lesson here for a second. As we're going to play, I need you to have a blanket somewhere. I'll use my sandbag because I don't have a blanket close by. So you need something that you're going to elevate your feet with. But for now, I want you to notice something. So if we do a lunge, let me just start with my left leg back. And if I do a lunge and I'm in this upright position and I'm holding my weight and we go straight down and I don't lean forward and straight up, I'm working this back leg quadricep mostly. Front leg a little, back leg a lot. Okay, quadriceps. But if I hinge myself forward so that I'm more in line with my back leg, get my arms out of the way, and I hold my weights out in front of me, and I bend and straighten like that, I'm going to work all in my glutes. Upright, quads, forward bend, glutes. So we're going to play with this today, which is why I wanted you to see it. Okay? You ready? So we're going to do a round with no weights, just play. All right? So same thing, standing on the end of your mat. Let's take your left leg back, do the same thing I just did. Find balance. Remember, you can always use a wall. And stay upright. Now, if you're tight in your legs, you might need to bring your feet closer together, but then you won't be able to go anywhere. You're going to be stuck. So bring your legs further back. Use the wall or a chair if you need to for balance. And then bring your hands up by your chest to remind you. And just bend your knees and go straight down wherever you can go. And then straight up. Do two more. Can you feel mostly your quadriceps, the fronts of your thighs? Maybe wrapping around your knees because that's all part of it. And up. Now stay where you are. Take your hands behind you and hinge slightly forward. Now do it. Bend your knees. Straighten your leg. Feel the difference? One more. So now you're in your front leg, glute, hamstrings a little. Good. Come to standing, switch your sides. Bring your hands to your chest. Remind you to stay upright. Find a distance with your feet so that you don't feel like you're going to fall over, and a length so that you can actually do this motion. Knees down. You might not go all the way down. It's okay. Don't lean forward. Down. Don't lean forward. Don't do it. 3. All right, now keep your legs in the same shape. Bring your arms behind you and hinge slightly forward. And I want you to feel like your back leg's real straight and your body's kind of coming from that same angle. And now bend your knees. Don't change your upper body. And get it in your body. See how it shifts it? And up. We do these motions all the time, but I don't usually go through this kind of tutorial. And rest. And I found that to be helpful. All right, so pick up light weights. We're going to work in the shoulders a little bit before we do the next round of those. All right. With lateral raises, if I'm standing sideways, your arms are not straight out. Your arms are slightly forward. All right. Bring your weights together. Shoulders are on your back. Soft knees. Do one arm. Out to the side and down. Out to the side. And then do two arms. See if you can do two. Their arms are slightly forward. Out to the side. So that's why you start with the weights in front of you, so that you don't bring them back behind you. Two arms. Now, pay attention to your shoulder blades. Can you feel your shoulder blades moving on your back body, especially when you do two together? It almost feels like they squeeze. That's how they feel to me anyway. So you do one arm, and then two. Pick a weight that's going to be a fairly strong weight, but not taxing to the joint. This is our last set. And down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Nice. Bring your weights to your chest. I'm going to turn so you can see. Stand in a Tadasana stance. So weights go over your head. They go behind you. They come up. And then you're going to sit in your chair. They go up. They go behind you. Up. So this is a lightweight set. Don't overwork. We're involving the shoulders. So remember, shoulders will take the hit if the weights get too heavy. Women always have to work with that discernment. I heard a great analogy this week with weight training for women. They said, you want to make the quality of the muscle function without overtaxing the connective tissue, the ligaments and the tendons that hold the muscles to the bone. Last one. Good. Now come into your chair. Bring your arms into that position up your chest. Check your alignment. Remember, pubic bone down and back, collarbones wide. From here, we're going to extend the arms back and bring the arms in. Hands in. Extend the arms back. And then think about a little V. Think about a V shape. Whoops, I'm frozen. Push. Am I back? Good. Push. So think of a V shape with your arms. Hands to your chest at the point. Push a little bit apart at the back. Legs are bent. And you're in that forward tilted position. You're in that forward tilted position. Let's do two more because you were frozen. Or I was frozen. Somebody was frozen. One more. Back and in. Good. Come to standing. All right. You can use the same weight or you can hover into a heavier weight. We're going to move into that leg action again. The same one we did earlier. Only now we're going to add weight to it to make it work a little bit for us. So we'll start with the same leg. Left foot goes back. And from here, I want you to bring your weights to your chest or to your shoulders. I want them over you somewhere. All right? Body straight up and down. Back knee down. Back knee up. Body does not move forward. Down and up. We'll do 5. Down and up. Down. So nice and controlled. Go wherever you can go. Now, stay lifted. Let your arms come down and shift your weight forward into that funny angle. Let your weights dangle, and now bend both knees and straighten both knees, or especially the back leg. Don't change your angle in your body. Try to keep it completely straight. I'm not worried about touching the floor. This is 4. We got one more. And 5. Good. Step forward. Shake your leg out. Did you feel the difference? Yeah? Other leg back. This is where you can say, thank you, I only have 2 legs. Bring your hands to your shoulders or your chest. Get the weight up over you. Body stays upright. Bend your back knee. Think more about your back knee than your front knee. Your front knee will bend automatically. Nice and slow. At the top, you could think about squeezing that back leg glute. and 4, and 5. Now keep your legs where they are. Drop your weight. Hinge forward. Whoops. And then bend your back knee. Down and up. Try to keep your collarbones broad. Your focus of the front of the body moving forward. If we're doing this correctly, different parts of the legs are getting used and you're getting really tired. Down and up. Bring your weights to center, feet together, put your weights down. I felt that, I don't know about you. Hands come to the top of your mat, bring your arms open. Turn your thumbs open so the palms are facing backward. And then bring your elbows into your back pockets. Press into your feet, squeeze, reach back. Now from here, can you interlace your fingers? Push your knuckles to the floor and bring your chest up more. Keep breathing into your front body. Take a moment. And then from here, relax your hands and keep them on your body. Slide down toward the floor. Slide back up about halfway. Slide down and go back to plank pose. Finding your hands on the floor, shoulders wrapped around your back body. Plank pose here. Breathe. And then go ahead and put your knees on the floor. We're going to float to the floor all the way down, elbows by your side. All right, take a moment on the floor. Let your body recover. And just a little reminder, I know you guys have heard me say this a bunch of times, but the recovery and the pausing is really, really important for especially women. The research is starting to show that when we push ourselves too far, too long, too hard, we get stuck in this fight or flight, cortisol releasing cycle. And you can actually get a little addicted to that. Like you don't really feel like you're doing anything unless you're pushing yourself that hard. And a good class has pacing. Good exercise session has pacing. And I've really noticed it. I haven't spent a lot of time in the gym over the years, but I've been going with my daughter, and I've really noticed a different cadence in the gym since when I used to go when I was much younger. There's a lot of short effort bursts and then long recovery. Like everybody's looking at their watch and they're timing themselves to give them the recovery time. And I thought, well, that's really interesting because that's not the way it was when I was much younger. All right. I'm looking at my notes. I always write so many things down for myself here. All right, so let's put your hands right by your chest wall. Shoulders squeezed together. Keep your knees on the floor. Lift your belly and see, can you push yourself straight up without peeling yourself off the floor? We're going to come to tabletop position. And I want you to put your right elbow down on the floor like we had it before. And then this left hand is going to help you balance. So it can be wherever you want it to be. You're going to straighten out your left leg. We did this once before. So we're going to work with this left side. I want you to lift the leg straight up. Bring the knee down, but don't touch the floor. And open the knee out to the side as far as you can. Down and back. and in and open. Down and back. So this right hand, it can move around a little if you feel like you need that extra support. But what I want you to try to do is not move your right hip and not move your right shoulder. That right side of your body is staying really stable while we're moving around this left side. And you recognize this from earlier, yeah? When we were in that funny thread the needle twist. It's a nice way to work your glutes. The other thing that was really different in the gym, they had added this whole station. There was stations of about, I mean, these were big pieces of equipment, probably the quarter the size of my room here, each. And there were 6 of them. And I was like, oh, what's this thing? What's this new circuit they have? It was an entire glute circuit. Every piece of machinery was for the glutes. There's such an emphasis on this right now that this particular gym probably spent $50,000 on all those pieces of equipment. Good. When all you have to do is this. No, I'm teasing. You can get past this. And then you have to do something else, like what we were doing standing. Good. Release. Come upward. Do a couple cat-cows in the middle. So if you found those standing lunges to be helpful with that upright and angled body position, I would encourage you to do more of that. And then take your left arm down and let your right arm be your support system as you stretch your right leg back. So bring your knee to the floor and open it out to the side. Knee down and kick the leg back. Knee down and out to the side. Try really hard not to lean over. So we're working with a little bit of stability in the upper body, not moving it. Some rotational qualities in the core. And of course your glutes on this right side. Up and open. And for me, I like the way this feels because I can get a big range of motion, mostly because I've got the freedom to do so. I'm not stuck in that weighted position on my feet. This is called an open chain movement where there's nothing touching the floor. And we're just moving the hip as much as we can. And that helps to get into those smaller muscles that tend to be a little weaker. Let's do one more. All right, knees on the floor, hands on the floor, find downward facing dog. Let it go. So pedal, move, whatever you want to do. And then from here, what I'd like you to do is stabilize yourself. I want you to turn your left foot sideways so your toes are facing the side of your mat and your heel is facing your other foot. Bend that knee a little. And now start to straighten that leg and bend the other knee. So this right leg isn't doing anything. You can even move it around. And I want you to press into the outer left heel, outer left foot. Bring your left hip up into the sky and push with both arms. So this right leg is bent. It's not really doing anything. I've got you focusing on your left side. Come back to center. Find your neutral. Come down on your knees if you need a break. And then we'll do the other side. So the right foot toes turn outward, the heel turns inward. Bend your left knee as you straighten the right leg. Press through the outer edge of your right foot and try to bring your outer right hip up to the ceiling. You're probably going to feel this up along your outer band of your right leg. You might even feel it up into your hip and waist. Come back to center, find your neutral. Whew. All right, inhale for plank one time. Organize your body. Breathe. And then let your knees come to the floor. Okay. So in the beginning, we were in table, right? And I asked you to bring your forearms down. So we were in puppy pose, remember? So if you feel like that's going to be enough work, we're going to do the same lifting of the elbows and lowering that we did earlier. But if you feel like you're a little bit stronger, move your knees back or move your elbows forward so you've got more space between those 2 points. And then push into your arms and lower. And if that feels like it's not doable, just move yourself back closer together. Push. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. First fingers pointing straight ahead. Elbows glide up and down right in line with your wrists and shoulders. So we're back in the triceps. Yeah? And push. And down. And push. And down. You don't want to be any closer to yourself than your elbows under your shoulders, because you're going to end up just challenging your joints, not really working in the muscles. Good. One more time. Lower down, and then find yourself back on your belly. Goodness. All right. So back to where we started. Bring your hands by your side body. Turn your toes under. Press through your heels to get your legs up, and then lift, squeezing shoulder blades and elbows together. Now from here, if you feel like you can, point your toes so your feet are no longer touching, and you're balancing on your pelvis and your lower belly. We're going to go down and up 5 times. So down and lift. Down and lift. So try to keep your arms and your legs in the same shape, and you're just lowering yourself down and lifting. One more. Down and lift. Stay here. Reach back, palms to the floor. Turning thumbs up. Can you find your collarbones? Can you find the open heart? Can you breathe? One more. And then exhale, hands down. Push yourself away. And land in child's pose for a moment. Giving yourself a moment to rest. I like child's pose on my forearms because I don't like my head down below my hips after that kind of effort. But you do what you feel good. Take one more breath. And then you're going to start to come up. And I want you to turn your toes under, walk your fingers back by your knees. Pivot off your knees so you're on the balls of your feet. And then unfurl your legs. Stay in the forward fold. If forward folding doesn't feel good to you, just come up on your knees, elbows on your knees, and kind of hover here. And take a moment. We have one more leg movement that I wanted to do here. So go ahead and release yourself, come to standing nice and slow. And this is where the blanket or something to elevate your heels is going to work for you. So again, I have my sandbag. I'm just going to put my sandbag on the floor. And your heels are going to be on it, whatever the it is. The lower it is, the less taxing it will be. Okay? Pick up your heavy weights. And so both feet are on the blanket or whatever you're using. I always think of these as high heel squats. And your weights are right next to your body. You're going to imagine that you're going to put your weights to the floor, but I want you to use your legs more than anything. So it looks like this. You're just going to stay upright and come down and see where you go. Can you get all the way down? That might be a no. Come all the way up. If you don't want to go all the way down, go halfway down so that your weights kind of go around your outer calves and then come up. So slow, controlled, find your way. I've decided halfway down, about to my knee level, is good for my body. what you have to watch out for here is that your spine stays straight. Your spine stays straight. Down slow. Heels are elevated. Can you tell what part of the muscle group you're in now in the legs? This is called a finishing set. We're just trying to take it to the edge here. Nice, slow, controlled. Let's do one more. And up. Nice job. Set your weights down. Move whatever you had off on your mat. And we're going to keep working here with weights on the floor, but I want you to lie down. Okay? So from here, just bring yourself down onto the floor. We're going to work with chest flies and chest work here. So I want you to pick a weight that's going to work with your arms extended. We did this once already for shoulders. You want to make sure that you don't overwork this area because this part is what's tight. And if we keep pushing into tightening this more, it just gets tighter. So that's why I'm choosing this exercise today. I want it to be more spacious. So the weights are right over your shoulder chest area, not over your face. You're going to take one arm out, just like we did before. Test it. Come to center. Take the other arm out. Test it. Come to center. And then take both arms. Now, if you picked a lighter weight just because of what I was saying, you feel like it's too easy, please go to something a little bit more challenging. If you're working on range of motion, then no weight or very, very light weight is fine. 2 arms. And I want you to just imagine you're creating spaciousness in the front of your body. Spaciousness. One arm, and then 2. Nice and slow for a set of 5. If it's up near your throat, might be too much. Feel free to get rid of the weights. Just do range of motion. And up. And open. And up. And both. And then we've got one more set. Nice soft hands. Take the work up around your chest, not around your hands. And then 2 for the last one. Alrighty. And then bring your weights down. Nice job. Taking your weights off to the side, move them out of the way. We're going to do a new, I don't think I've done this one with you yet, this core exercise. So the legs go down and a little bit wider apart. And the arms, if they can, go out. So you're like not straight like a T, but a little higher. Find what works for your shoulders. Now I want you to take your right hand to your left thigh. They're going to meet right in the middle. I want you to push your hand into your thigh and your thigh into your hand. Keep that going as you start to twist your leg to the right. Your left hip's going to come off the floor. You're going to start to twist maybe about halfway down. Your left shoulder is going to be heavy, heavy. So for me, that's about where I can go before losing my shoulder. And I'm pushing into my leg. And I'm resisting with my leg to keep these muscles in the core body engaged. And then come back to center, slow and controlled, and then release open. Try the other side. Left hand, right leg. Push. Keep the push going as you twist. Right hip comes off the floor. Find where you can go without that right shoulder leaving. Keep pushing hand into leg and leg into hand. Come back to center. And then open back out. Well, we're going to do 2 more sets here. So center, touch, push, cross. So the thing that I taught this week in person, and the thing I noticed mostly was people got to a certain point and then they started to pull their leg like they were going to do that twisting action. I don't want you to do that. You're still pushing into the leg with your hand. A good way to think about that is don't touch your fingers to your thigh. Twist over until you start to feel like your shoulder might come off the floor, and then you pause there. Come back to center, and then open. One more time each side. Don't touch your fingers, just press. Hip comes off the mat as you rotate. Keep pressing as you go back. And then open. Last time. Press, don't touch your fingers. Rotate over. Rotate back. And then open and pause. So, different way of turning on this deep inner core. Bring your knees into your bent-legged position. Press your pelvis up once. And then lower it back down. Bring your knees to your chest. Give them a hug. All right, let go of your left leg. Let it go all the way to the floor. You can hold on to the right leg like you always do. I'm going to take a little bit of a moment here. So, a couple of things we can do here. So we can hold onto this knee with two hands. I want you to stretch the left leg out longer and then hover it off the floor. If you want to go to the next level, you can take your left hand to the back of your head so that you're holding your head, and you're going to lift your head up. So I want you to lift your head with your hand if you're going to do it that way. And then flex both feet. If you feel stronger, let go of your right hand and put it behind with your left. So we're just holding this position without moving. Shoulders are off the mat. Left leg is pushing and long. And then let it come down. Left knee to your chest. You can hold two hands. Stretch the right leg down. Press the right heel away. Take a moment here. And then hover the right leg just off the floor. And in my body, that always feels a little bit better when I'm hovering. It feels like it's more integrated. You can stay here, or if you want the lift, you can take your right hand behind your head and lift your head up so you can see your long leg foot. You can stay here. If you want the next level, left hand lets go. This knee doesn't move, and the hands are behind your head. Breathe. And then rest. All right, two legs are bent. Two knees come towards your chest. So I'm not helping. My knees are in. I'm trying to pull my knees toward my chest. Hands come behind my head. I'm going to lift my head up like I'm trying to bring my elbows up to my knees. And I want you to just stay wherever that is. So you're not going to touch your knees more than likely. I want you to look at the direction of where your feet are, not down here, but up a little, and push. Hold that. Lift your shoulders. Now, your strength is your desire. So it can be up here, it can be halfway down, it could be all the way down. You decide. We're going to switch. Decide which one you want to do. This knee is trying to pull towards your face as the other leg is pushing away. Hold your head so your neck doesn't get tired. Try to lift your shoulders up. Switch. Keep trying to lift your shoulders, but don't pull on your head. Switch. Knees pulling towards your shoulders or towards your elbow. Don't forget about that part. Switch. Pull and push. It's a pull and a push motion. Switch one more time. Pull and push, pull and push, pull and push. Keep lifting your shoulders. Pull and push, pull and push.
and rest. All right. Excuse me, let your knees go from side to side. And let go of all that. All right. From here, roll over onto your side. Bring yourself up. And I want you to get your blanket, or if you happen to have a bolster, you could use the bolster. And I want you to put the blanket or the bolster underneath your back. So if you have a thick blanket like this or a bolster, I want it to go long ways. You can put something there for your head if you like. So I could maybe put my sandbag there. Or you could put, if you have a bolster, you could put a block underneath your bolster. This will collapse, so I'm not going to do that. And I want the end of the blanket or the bolster at your ribs, not at your lower back. So if it's really high, you might want it lower on your lower back because it'll feel better. But what I want you to do is have this chest opening here. This part. So find a place where you can get there. Your chest and your ribs are pushed up. Your head can be slightly elevated. Your shoulders and chest are open. I want you to melt your shoulder blades back and open, backs of the hands on the floor. Your knees can be bent, your knees can be touching each other, or they can go down. It just depends on how your body feels. I'm going to leave mine bent. Now while we're here, I want you to think about the hands on the floor. Stretch your fingernails out on the floor and make sure you can touch your thumbnail. Now I don't want it to be like a hard push, it's more of an intention. So you're touching every fingernail and your thumbnail. And then see if you can notice and feel the sensations from your palm all the way up your inner arm to your inner chest, inner armpit, across your collarbones. Breathe into that space. And just notice in your own hands, you'll notice that certain fingers are going to not want to connect to the floor. They're going to, like my middle finger on my right hand doesn't want to do it. So I'm trying to be cognizant of that, making sure that part of my hand moves to the floor. Take nice 3 to 5 deep breaths in through the chest here. Going back to that idea of heart coherence. It's said that our electromagnetic field in the heart is greater there than anywhere else, especially the brain. And that the heart information that we take in informs the brain, which is where this heart-brain, gut-brain thing comes from. We know about the gut-brain through the vagus nerve, but the vagus nerve also runs through the heart. It doesn't go by the heart, it innervates the heart. And so there are studies now to show that this heart coherence is actually way stronger than the brain. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because so much of the time we try to hyper control our world with our thoughts and our thinking mind. I want you to start to think about taking in the world through your heart. Notice when you're touched by something. Notice when you really have strong emotion. And it's said that this heart center is tapped into the idea of compassion, love, joy, companionship, way more than our brain. Our brain's more about how to get things done, and our heart is more about how to be with what's done, how to be with our people, our communities, the world. Take one more breath here. And then you can slide your arms down. And we're going to move into Shavasana from here. So you can stay right where you are. You can decide, oh yeah, this feels terrific. I love what I'm doing. This feels great. Stay here. Or you can just roll off of your blanket, your bolster, and change shape. Whichever it is you do, I want you to just make sure that you're warm, that you're comfortable, and that you give your body this last few moments of lusciousness. This is that recovery piece. So vital. And as we start to settle down, we go back to breathing in the heart. And we connect with this coherence, this harmony of heart, mind, and emotions.
And slowly start to take a longer and deeper breath. And as you feel ready, you can start to stretch and move, coming back to your body. And slowly starting to bend your knees, gently roll to a side, making your way up to sitting. And we'll close the practice. Once seated, hands come to the heart center again. One last time, we imagine that the collarbones have this broadening. You can find it if you slide your fingernails up your skin, and the front of the body will feel more spacious and open. Bowing the head. Closing our practice with gratitude, as we always do, for time on the mat, our deep body wisdom, and guiding light. May our light always shine brightly, and may we always see the light in each other. Namaste.